From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. Of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And able to get this out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he keeps going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 12 carries, 61 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
A gain of 30. First down, San Francisco.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Purdy going to give it to Guerrero. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Purdy. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a level shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Purdy. This is intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Looking to put a drive together. Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO. Here's 2nd and 10.
Neighbors. No gain on the play.
To throw his dart. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
19-yard line.
Here's Dart. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Graham Gano on for the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The 49ers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wonder just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Back deep for the Giants, Darius Slayton. Taken from just outside the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped out shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
First down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 51 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt, they made some slight adjustments.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Mykel Williams. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Throwing from the gun here, Dart. Under pressure, they got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10
at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Open man is Jauan Jennings.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Purdy now to throw.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. And the 49er 1st down.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Purdy.
Throw that side. McCaffrey's got it.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
Back to throw. Purdy. Got a man. That's Ayuk.
And he's going to have the Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another 49ers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Purdy looking to throw.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your 1st sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got it to him again.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
The Giants offense and receiver Malik Nabers headed onto the field. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
To throw, Dart.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Travel like a bond, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France. Race for shows at the
Off the play fake, it's Dart.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes the sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
Throwing, Dart. That's complete. It's Nabers.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
34 yards. And the Giants first down.
Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And this turns into a nice game with a slot at the end. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Another Giants first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Mykel Williams. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Mykel Williams drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
And down he goes again, a bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure so early in the game.
For the Giants field goal, a 46-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Yeah, they'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards on the play. And
McCaffrey on a toss right. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Brian Burns in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Finding room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive.
To the air, Dart.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34.
Giants. First down.
Ran about an action that's up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. People diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Welcome New Orleans with the etiquette of LA.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Darius Alexander breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Now Dart.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Throwing his Dart. There's a short one caught by Johnson.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Throwing his Dart. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
It's a gain of 9.
Dart going to look to throw here.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Here's Dart. He connects with Hyatt.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
To throw now, Dart.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
46-yard line.
To throw his Dart. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Now he's going to step up and run.
Oh, he put on a carpet fumble.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance him here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that will do it for this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Hope you all had a happy and safe Halloween. Thanks to those of you who dressed up as the Octobox or the Witching Hour for the holiday. But the calendar now reads November, so let's get into the highlights. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin in Foxborough. The Patriots at home to take on the Falcons. We remember what happened when these two squared off in Super Bowl 51. And it's Stephon Diggs. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. This will wind up as a 72-yard touchdown grab. One final look at the rest of the scores from week number 9 with Cleveland, the Jets, Philly, and Tampa Bay all on the midseason bye. Meanwhile, in our game, neither offense has been able to distinguish themselves. It's been the defenses that have stood tall so far. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Their home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And the Giants first down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the 28-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
First down. First and 10.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Mykel Williams racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
They'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He'll try and do this himself. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Brandon, That's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I'll let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Under pressure now, is going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Michael Williams in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Dart will throw it on 3rd and goal.
Touchdown, Giants!
Wan'Dale Robinson,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is. I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
That's caught out right by Jennings. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the 49ers.
A handoff left, McCaffrey.
Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 8. Play action, now Purdy. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Dart.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. Found a little room there as he's out to about the 37. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Purdy now to throw. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw, Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
At the 42-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and lift a throw. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
A gain of 24 yards. That's another Giants.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It's 4th down.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that will extend their lead even further. We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Yeah, the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Out of the gun, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Purdy. That's caught by Luke on the slant.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
12 more yards. That's another 49er.
Back to throw, Purdy. Quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Abdul Carter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. The Niners on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Purdy looking to throw. Incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout.
The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, you feel the excitement build on those fourth down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on fourth down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on fourth down. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
To throw, Dart.
Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Really an excellent run, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun, here's Dart.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
The 49ers settling in for their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Here's Purdy.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Now Purdy. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Complete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Robinson, incomplete. Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
Throwing his Dart.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Here's Jamie Gillen down as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
Maybe get any type of points on the board. It'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. Second down and 4.
It's a pickup with 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 39.
Operating from the gun. Purdy. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Brings up third.
Back to throw. Purdy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Now second and 3.
To Ricky Pearsall. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Purdy from the gun.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's third and 7. Operating from the gun. Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line.
Another 49er first down.
And he clocks it with just over 30 seconds left.
Second and 10.
Operating from the gun. Purdy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
13 yards.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
Ball at the 14 for second and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy will look to throw again here.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that cuts this lead down to 13. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.